New England Patriots Mike Vrabel and top New York Times reporter, NFL reporter Deanna Rossini hold hands and hug at luxury hotel. Whoa. Sorry, this photo is funny. Why are they holding hands like that? Wait a second. Coaches be fucking, I guess. I don't know who either of these people are. Are they married? What's the tea? Why are people up in arms? Let's see. Rossini has been married to Shake Shack exec Kevin Goldschmidt since 2020. The former linebacker has been married to Jen Vrabel since 1999. Here, the couple posed with Patriots owner Robert Kraft and his wife. Okay, so they're both having an affair. I mean, it's an affair, but they're both potentially cheating on spouses here. She's one of the top NFL insiders. It goes deep. Yeah, this is pretty juicy tea. Is this them? Rossini began covering Vrabel's career closely in 2018 when she was ESPN's Tennessee Titans reporter. He was the head coach. Awkward hugs are fair. Yeah. On New Year's 2024, a group of Israeli gays in Seattle saw my Palestine necklace, start yelling at me about how they'd throw you off a roof there. These goddamn Zionist gays, what are we doing? I said, I think they're more worried on survival than someone's sexuality, but they kept doubling down. Dude, was it, what's his name? That one who's really, really obnoxious, who I talked about recently because of Jonah Platt. Oh, what's his name? Daniel Ryan Spalding. The hands is crazy. This confirms since Rossini had inside scoops of the Titans when Vrabel was there. Ooh, so conflict of interest too. He left and she stopped having scoops. More recently has been there with Patriots and she's had leaks about them for a while. NFL folks were vindicated. So she had the inside scoop because he was scooping her on the inside. He was scooping her insides and she had the inside scoop. That's sex. Yeah, that means sex. Getting the scoop while getting scooped. I hate this because football dudes always slut shame her even way before the story. Now they're probably so happy. Oh, would not be surprised to see the disproportionate heat being leveled in her direction. That is fork found in kitchen. Would you go on Bad Hospera? Is that that's Matt Leap show? Because that would be great. That line that I just used there is like, that's the type of line that would do well on that show? Or do you just mean in general, it would be great if I went on Bad Hospera? People are digging old clips up like this one after the news broke.
Chance to address this. It happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Diana Rossini said this.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone
That's so
beautiful, I'd overpost too.
Now this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Diana.
Wait, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. Her average husband sitting there being like, I just killed myself.
And his husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends on national television.
We're average together. And you know what the worst part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for
Girl, you gotta
for a
stop.
living. And he said, good luck today, be great on Get Up. So the guy's got a heart of gold, and here I am on national TV killing him. Look, we're average together, but he makes me above average because he married me. So,
Just stop talking.
I am so sorry. I need to really stop killing my husband on television. I'm going to be divorced by Christmas.
I think for all of us, it was the best moment on the show today. And I wanted to make sure that at least we got that so we could sort of, the last thing in the world we want to do is
so awkward.
pry couples apart on this program. We're all about bringing people together.
The cis hets are not okay. This reminds me of all those TikToks you will see with cis het couples where it's either one or the other, but very clearly they ain't okay. It's either like it's like very, very clearly having disdain for who they ended up
Diana,
with.
we want to give you one more chance to address this. It happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Diana Rossini said this.
Do straight people like each other? It oftentimes does not seem it. I have a lot of straight. I got a lot of hetero couple friends, and sometimes it feels like they really don't like each other.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him.
This is sending me because her fucking wedding photos are in the background. I cannot. I cannot.
I'm married to someone beautiful. I'd overpost too.
If I were married to someone beautiful, I would overpost too. If Will ever said that about me, if he ever said I'm married to someone average, if I were married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too, or vice versa. That is it. That is so
Now,
fucking
this doesn't
it.
seem nice. We have put together photos
so
of Diana's husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends on national television.
And then they show this like very nice smiling photo of him.
We're average together.
Oh God. Oh God. Yeah, that's pretty bad. This was back in 2021. That is so, ooh, okay. So that adds some interesting context. But then this is who she's with? Mike Vrabel? I'm sorry. This guy? I would be with her husband. I'm just saying, like, you know? Okay, I'm not going to lie. They kind of look like they could be related. Maybe father, son, but that's crazy. They're actually brothers. You got to get to the pool pic. Wait. The pool pic. Both Rossini and Vrabel insist that they were there with friends and say they simply weren't visible in the pictures. Ew, I hate that John Fetterman posted that. It's literally, it's giving this. It's giving this. Out on the town, having the time of my life with a bunch of friends. They're all just out of frame, laughing too. Really, come on. At this point, you just own up to it. All right. Don't act like we stupid. A source close to Rossini says she was staying at the hotel during a hiking trip with 2 female pals. One of Rabel's friends told Page Six that they and the coach drove up to Sedona for the day with another pal, and that they all drove back to their own hotel some 2 hours away after hanging out with Rossini and her gang. But 3 other eyewitnesses told us that they did not see anyone else with Vrabel and Rossini. Asked if the Pats coach visited the hotel with a group of friends, one eyewitness said, no, he was with a girl. And our sequence of photographs taken at various points during the day show only Vrabel and Rossini. But remember, everyone else was there. They're just out of frame, but also laughing. Everyone's laughing, having the time of their lives. Yikes. Oh, yes. Also this. The Redskins. I cannot believe that was ever a name. The Redskins GM's wife. Wait, they changed that, right? Wasn't there a petition to change? They changed that, correct? Kind of. The Commanders. People still call it that. I mean, I'm not surprised that people still call it that. They're like, ain't nobody taking the Redskins away from me. For a bit, they were the Washington football team. Okay. Just had nothing else better? Nothing? Okay. How is Caroline talking about this? I didn't think this would get this big because, hello, I'm a pop culture commentator. That includes sports. I'm a sports culture commentator. So the Commander GM's wife accused an ESPN reporter on Twitter of trading sexual favors for scoops. Ooh. Rossini was the reporter who broke the story that Kirk Cousins was replacing Robert Griffin III as Washington's starting quarterback for this year. And then Scott McLaughlin, who's the Reds Commander General Manager, and his wife, Jessica McLaughlin, posted, please tell us how many BJs you had to give to get this story. And did they laugh at you before or after? Ooh! I'm pretty sure this info is coming from my husband to his new side chick, Diana. It's confirmed. The account most likely belonged to McLaughlin, considering her son's account had tweeted at it, as well as the wife of another Redskins employee. God, I can't get over how terrible that name was. Then just a few hours ago, McLaughlin released a statement owning up to the tweet and offering an apology. I deeply apologize for the disparaging remarks about an ESPN reporter on my personal Twitter account. The comment was unfounded and inappropriate, and I have the utmost respect for both the reporter and ESPN. I regret that my actions have brought undeserved negative attention to the Redskins organization and its leadership. So bad. That name was so bad. Okay, anyway. My comments in no way reflect the opinions or attitudes of the organization, and I regret that my behavior has in any way negatively impacted the team and its loyal fan base. Yeah, this is PR crisis. This is the crisis PR team going to work, showing why they get paid the big bucks. It sounds as if mayhaps the McLaughlin marriage is not so good. That whether it's Diana Rossini or somebody else, I am sure Scott McLaughlin is not a faithful man adhering to his vows. Would not be surprised. Okay. And then we have this NFL memes. Nah, this is crazy.
They have a Super Bowl.
No, I did things in Miami I haven't even told my husband because it's just I had that much fun. It was
What?
but like I knew he would judge the kind of partying I was doing. I don't know what got into me. I just remember being down there acting like it was my last day on earth.
I asked her, well, why did you take up the saxophone? To which she responded, because it sounded like sex. To which I responded, we are so different.
She seems very horny.
I think when men propose, that's their wedding day. Like, that's when you guys are all in. It's not really all in for us yet. I think for women, the actual wedding day is the moment. So, I mean, Kev was all down for it. I was the one that was very skeptical. I was like, oh,
What does she mean by that?
I don't know. So the night before my wedding, I'm making calls, and I had a phone interview set up with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Also, I can't get over the fucking cross necklace.
And I remember Jimmy was great. He made like a funny joke, like, "Hey, it's night before your wedding. You sure you want to do this?" And I'm thinking, like, of all the people in my life that I'm going to talk to the night before my wedding, the one guy my dad wanted me to.
Wait, Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't he the hottie? Isn't he like the San Francisco Niners quarterback? He's hot, right? 49ers? Yeah. He's hot for what? Is he not hot anymore? Porn star Jimmy. Right. Who likes to date porn stars. Yes. Remember that. Wait a second. Which was this? Did the 49ers play Kansas City Chiefs at the Super Bowl in 2020, right before COVID hit? Is that what she's referring to here? Because I was also in Miami. I was also down in Miami for that Super Bowl because I was working it. And I went to some parties, and I wonder if she was there. That's what the Radio Row was broadcasting from. Okay. So it sounds to me as if this woman did not want to get married to her average husband.
My mom wanted me to marry was Jimmy Garoppolo. And he's calling me. Like, this is a sign.
Diana, what's up? How are you?
What's up, guys? I told your producer that I want to be introduced now.
Oh,
I don't want to be
Diana.
insider. I don't want to be Scoop City podcast host. I just want to be.
Let me see if I can find I think there's one. Hold on. 2020. Just like the white winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Yes. Here is a photo of me. So this was at like 4 a.m. and we were at a party, and I had to go because I had to get on a flight, a Spirit Airlines flight, so that I could be in the office at 9 a.m. So I went down to Miami to work the Super Bowl. And then I had to be back in the office at my job at Sony at 9 a.m. And so this is at 4 a.m. And I got caught. I got caught at this place, and everyone was like so fucked up, continue to party. So I had to climb over this fence to escape so that I could leave and get to the airport so I could be at my desk job at 9 a.m. I'm literally climbing over this fence like it's straight out of Bridesmaids. Yeah. What is that face? That face is, I can't believe I'm climbing over a fence right now so that I can get to the airport with a bunch of drunk Chiefs fans, and oh boy, were they drunk, so that I can basically fly back to LA and go directly to work. Can't believe I used to do that shit. Also, here's a photo of me with me next to what's his fuck? Piece of shit that I've talked about. Oh my god, why can't I not remember his name? This is terrible. True Detective, what was it? Season 3, I think it was. Who's in True Detective season 3 aside from Mahershala? Who's the other guy? Why can't I remember? Oh, he was also in Blade. Dorff. Steven Dorff. Yes. Here he is, this piece of shit, passed out after going on a racist, misogynistic rant. Passed out, and I may or may not have taken the AirPods that he got in a gift basket because I said, well, I deserve this. That was also Super Bowl weekend. That guy is the worst. He is so awful. And anyway, and then here, this is so funny. Here I am. Actually, I don't know if I should. We were with the one and only Flavatown. Oh my God. Blast from the past. And then everything went to hell. Like a month after that. Guy Fieri taking a hit. I'm like, yeah, wait, I hope I didn't show. It's like, is he doing drugs? I don't know. Oh no, he's I think it's a cigar. Anyway. Kyle Kalinske. Yeah. It was Kyle Kalinske. It's Kyle Baldo. Get it twisted. True. Okay,
No.
so back to Diana.
That's what I'm going for.
Anonymous gifter, thank you.
You know who lets me know my marriage is falling apart? My mom. So that's good.
Oh, does
Oh,
she?
girl.
Yeah. You know what? I'm starting to think he's got a girlfriend. And you know what? Good for him.
What?
He looks good. He's successful. His wife's never around. You love this football thing. That's why he looks good. And we're getting divorced at the end of the year.
Right. Stop.
What
Breaking
up,
news.
sad girl?
Don't say that.
I don't know why people get married sometimes.
We've never been more disconnected in our lives. Our text messages look like two robots. Hello? Hello?
Just go
Get
through the motion.
it.
Is he
Safe?
getting?
Yes.
Is he getting
Boys
Eagles
alive?
insider in the divorce?
Love you. Any of that? Love you. Love you too.
No, not even an emoji.
Diana Rossini.
One reason, honestly, when I was younger that I didn't want to get married, and when I started dating Will, I was like, I don't want to get married because I would think to myself, what if we don't like each other? I see these people and they really don't seem to like each other, and I don't know why they get married. Well, they do. I do because of societal and familial pressures and all that. But it's like, there would be no difference if I were to get married in my relationship now with Will, because we actually do like each other. It doesn't, it's, I think I would see this kind of stuff, and when I was younger go, oh, this is what happens when you get married. It's like, well, actually, no, I think this is what was always there. People get married because they think it's the thing they're supposed to do. They think that it will magically make things work, and then it doesn't. I hope you're having a great night. I'm having a fantastic night.
This.
Hope you're having a great night
And
too.
I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's married. He's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
Now, this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Diana's husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends.
I just don't understand why, of all people, this guy not Nathan Fielder. This guy, like, go have the affair with Jimmy Garoppolo if you can. If Jimmy Garoppolo is wanting to have an affair. But with all these years of her being pretty open about the fact that she doesn't want to be married, that her husband ain't it. Fine. I mean, maybe this is just the first affair that's been exposed, but I'm like, is this really, was this it? This was the, I'm finally breaking outside of my marriage.
It's on national television.
We're average together. And
Oh
you know what
my
the worst
God.
part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for a living, and he said, "Good luck today. Be great on Get Up." So the guy's got a heart of gold, and here I am on national TV killing him. Look, we're
What did Fred know? Are you going to Nashville again? Fred, what kind of question is that? Sorry, silly question by me. Did they add a room for you at the Vrabel compound? What? Holy shit, there's a whole world out there. You know what happens when I cover stories like this that are not typically in my wheelhouse? I remember that there are other internets out there that I am not on. And then we have this. My husband is driving me to the airport. And so this is Diana. My husband is driving me to the airport and I can't wait to get out of this car. He's verbally going through every single play of the final 3 minutes of the Eagles Super Bowl win. The only reason why I haven't jumped out is I know he's going Christmas shopping soon as he drops me off. Someone said, "You don't deserve him, LOL." And she responded, "You sound like my mother-in-law." Girl, here's the thing. Okay. There's jokes. And then there's clearly like comments that are clearly based in real life. Ain't nobody looking at that and thinking that that has no truth to it at all. Like, you are saying that because that's the truth, that your mother-in-law tells you you don't deserve her son. Oh, this whole thing is just a freaking mess. Oh my God. Fun fact, Jimmy Garoppolo was supposed to be Bill Belichick's Tom Brady replacement plan, but that fell through and he ended up on the Niners. That is a fun fact. I'm going to tuck that one away there. Jimmy Garoppolo was supposed to be Bill Belichick's Tom Brady replacement plan, but that fell through and ended up on the Niners. And then that's one of those that I bring out whenever talk turns to football. I'm like, fun fact, you guys. Jimmy G. I'll say Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, we call him Jimmy G. Jimmy G was supposed to be Bill Belichick's his Tom Brady replacement, but you know, that didn't work out. So then the Niners got Jimmy G. Then the Niners got Jimmy G. Here's how the other top NFL insider was dodging this story. Wait, so just to remember here, Vrabel is the current New England Patriots head coach. And then Diana Rossini is a former anchor on ESPN's flagship Sports Center, but now she's senior NFL insider. So that's a big deal. That's like a top dog spot at The Athletic. Okay.
For ESPN, Adam Schefter. And Shefty, one heck of a news day yesterday around the NFL. Just your initial thoughts. We'll give you the floor to talk about what you think as an NFL insider.
Did you hear about how Diana Rossini was getting the inside scoop while getting her inside scooped by Mikey V of the Patriots? I'm sending that to Will.
when everything is such in the news with the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini situation that surfaced yesterday?
No, listen, not my story. Didn't report it. Saw it like everybody else did.
One sergeant, thank you for 6 months.
I guess my thought would be, I don't know what's right.
När allting kommer omkring. Ska ni ha lite smultron?
Den mannen har räddat mitt liv. Slå er ner mina vänner och låt oss vara tillsammans.
Okay. I just pulled a classic. Will Neff move. Let me say that. I pulled a classic Will Neff move. He goes, ... I literally told you about this story 2 nights ago. He said, and since when the hell do you text like that? Okay, to be fair, this is a classic Will Neff move because I will fucking tell him things and then he will tell me back. I'm like, I told you. Are you joking? I was the one who told you that. I was the one who showed you. I was the one who showed you this. How did I text? Did you hear? This is what my text says. Did you hear about how Diana Rossini was getting the inside scoop while getting her inside scooped by Mikey V of the Patriots? What do you mean? Since when do I text like this? I've always texted like this. Wait, I don't remember him telling me this story. Oh my God. I've always texted. What you mean, bro? I always text like this. W. The voice to text is so funny because it looks very it looks very bizarre. What you mean? What you mean, big dog? Oh my God, wait, my voice to text is still on. So it was putting in all of that. Brother Kwan Kappa Sigma. That's right. That's me. That is so funny because I really don't remember him mentioning this at all. And I have to say, it's probably because as soon as my brain registered football, it probably started to tune out. Little did I know that it's juicy. Little did I know that the tea is piping hot. I'm seriously racking my memory. I bet if we were to go back into my memory of that moment, I would be sitting there on the couch, probably reading something, and then he would launch and he'd be like, "Oh my God." And he does it in a way where I'm like, where I expect it to be some horrific news and politics, and it's always something, it's football related, right? Oh my God, holy shit. I'm like, and then he'll go, so-and-so just got signed with the, and then I just kind of start to in one ear, out the other. At least you aren't using what he tells you as content for a podcast and taking credit for it. Yeah, that's because I don't have a podcast anymore. No.
I don't know what's wrong.
No.
I feel bad for the families
I totally
involved.
would, though.
It's unfortunate. You know, I know both individuals. And yeah, I guess my first thought would be that they went to the families of the people involved. And I just wish everybody the best and hope everything works out with everybody.
What is protocol for you and people like you in your job to keep the gathering of information process professional and not too personal?
Well, Page Six has already gotten involved.
I can only speak to me, how I do it.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to do,
Okay.
right? Like me. I'm not going to talk to my business, people, my business, me.
Via!
I've done the job for 36 years.
Thank you for the
Covering
raid.
the NFL. And
Hi.
I like to think I have strong professional relationships with many people. I don't think you do this as long as you do if you don't have that. So how you do that, everybody goes about it differently.
Yeah, this guy does not want to talk about
I've tried
it.
to be a good person to people. I've tried to be fair. I've tried to be honest.
Who's Adam
I've tried to be
Schefter?
informative. I've tried to be
Just FYI, guy on phone is a known scumbag that's a mouthpiece for the NFL head office.
accurate.
Okay, gotcha.
I've tried to be a man of my word. I've tried to be honorable. That's what I've tried to do.
Okay, so VO Raiders, just to give you the background on what we have been talking about here, has to do with sports, has to do with the football. And there is Diana Rossini, who's she was on ESPN's show SportsCenter and is now a senior NFL insider at The Athletic. So she's a sports commentator. And then Mike Vrabel, who's the New England Patriots head coach. I don't even remember what they do. I have to use this Page Six. I'm like, what the fuck do they do? New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. And they have been bumping uglies. They have been twisting that pickle. As I said earlier, Diana was getting the inside scoop while getting her insides scooped, which people in here they have not liked that. They've not liked that. Now I've said this 3 times. 3 times. She was getting the scoop while getting scooped. Doesn't even really make sense, but you know. And anyway, it has caused big drama because they're both married. So we're talking double Cheatersville, but we've been going in deep on Diana Rossini's past comments where she doesn't really seem to have ever liked her husband, wanted to get married. The straights ain't okay. Every time I see something like this, I have to check in with my own cis-het relationship. I'm like, maybe like we're good. We like each other. We get along well, but maybe just for, I don't know, kind of like taking a stance here. Take a stance here against cis-het relationships because so frequently the straights seem to not be okay. And, every time I see this stuff, I'm like, let's do some self-reflecting. You have a loving, normal relationship. Yes, but what's the thing I'm looking for? Like, you gotta, maybe we have to put the cis-het relationships on pause until we figure out what's going on. What's going on is I think a lot of people just don't like each other. And then they get married. So maybe we have to put a pause on things until we get to the bottom of it. Till we figure things out.
Over 36 years. And that's what I would say.
Yeah, totally understand.
He's the NFL insider guy. He basically reveals when there's a trade release or just any story that NFL wants to get out there. Of course, he's also slanted pro NFL. He's like a Variety or Hollywood Reporter were a person. What's his name? Adam Schefter? Hold on. What's this show called? ESPN? No. Wait, what is this show called? Two white guys talk about football? Is that what this show's called? Yo, did you see Adam Schefter being shifty on that show with two white guys talking football? Clearly didn't want to spill the tea on Mikey V and Diana. He's gonna think I've been lobotomized. Did you see Adam? Yo, did you see Adam Schefter being shifty on that show with the two white guys talking in football? Come on, text to speech. Talking football. Clearly didn't want to spill the tea. It's a Philly sports radio show. They're so interchangeable. Did you take something? You've been on one all stream? No, I'm just high off life. Tell him, I already told him the inside scoop, and then he responded to me, ... I literally told you about this story 2 nights ago. Okay, he's responding. Poor guy is just trying to do his film class. He said, Caroline, who's making you watch sports stuff? Come on, man. I'm a pop culture commentator. This is in my wheelhouse. Let the man watch The Seventh Seal. It's the news. It's pop culture news. It's what I do. Just got to have fun sometimes. A film class with a black and white movie in a foreign language. She's already working extra hard. I know. It's already difficult enough. Watching a film in black and white in a foreign language on Twitch. Not to mention it being like 100 years old. TMZ and a bunch of other outlets were shopped the story and no one picked it up. It's probably because TMZ has switched to going after politicians, which frankly, I am all here for. But the funny thing is, TMZ got way better engagement when they started posting about what politicians were up to during the shutdown. When they were posting Lindsey, that story was huge. Lindsey Graham by himself at Disney World. So much engagement on that. And I think TMZ went, oh, you mean we can use our powers for maybe less evil here? They go now. Do I think they're going to go back to like stalking celebrities and posting inappropriate information? Yeah, but I think, and wait, that's so true. And they broke the Donna Kelsey renovation news. Never forget. They broke the they broke the Donna Kelsey home renovation hot off the press. Okay, according to Will, when he tried to tell me this exact story, I said, ... What? You know, that does sound like me.